wow, it was life-changing because it's nothing like being in the same room with people, like-minded people that are passionate and on fire like you, that have the same thoughts about you that you do, that are risk takers like you, that have the go-get-it mentality, that really understands the mentality of abundance that you have God.
What's the difference between a mentor versus a coach in real estate?
Yeah, Brian, that's a great question. So really the main difference is with a mentor would more than likely be someone that you look up to, someone that is where you want to go, right? Someone that's in your same field, and if you aspire to be like them, if they have a certain level of success, a certain level of integrity, if they operate a way that you admire, that could be your mentor. And so everybody the type of mentors is different for everyone. You have to seek out one that fits your personality, that fits your style, fits the things that you really want to accomplish and the things that you really want to look to accomplish in your career. And so that's important. So you have to have somebody that you can really connect with, that understands what your goals are and that's willing to help you get there. So that's like a mentor is more or less an informal type of relationship. Now, with a coach is more of a professional business relationship in the sense that more than likely you'll be paying for a coach. You may could find some good coaches for free. If you find them, let me know. But the ones I know, there's a cost to it. And I've had coaching for years in my business and it's helped me to be successful. So if you can't get a coach, the next best thing is a mentor. But like I said, a coach, there's a cost with a coach. And just like the criteria I mentioned a second ago, you want to make sure it's someone that you can relate to, someone that can help you accomplish your business goals, someone who is going to listen to your needs, and someone who's going to help you get to where you need to be. All coaches are not created equally, just like all mentors aren't created equally. You got to make sure you're working with someone that is pretty much the difference. I would say there's some similarities in the coach and the mentor. Is some coaches have been mentors or are mentors for other people, and a lot of coaches have been where you're trying to go. It's just that they have more of a business model where they're looking to coach someone, spend dedicated time. With a mentor, for the most part, you are on that mentor's time. Whenever you can get that mentor and whenever they're available, that's when you'll get access to them. With a coach, normally there's a dedicated time period where you know for sure that you'll have access to that coach. So accessibility is important, and just making sure that coach understands your needs and can help you to get to where you're going, because pretty much most sports can relate to this sports, because every good player, NBA, NFL, soccer, whatever, they have a coach. A lot of people believe that they don't need a coach, but I can tell you just from my experience, having coaches and having mentors has helped me in my real estate career.
Yeah, that's good. So for you, what are some attributes of good mentors that you've had? Maybe.
Yeah, man, I would say, so some good attributes are a good listener, right? A good planner, someone that has wisdom, someone that is even tempered, right? Someone that can, when you come to them, if you come to them with an issue, they can give you the wisdom to show you how to navigate that particular situation and remove some of the emotion. Because a lot of times when you're coming to a mentor, especially, you might be in a situation, even a coach sometimes, you might be in a situation really is emotional, right? So,
yes.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it's important to have somebody that can bring the clarity and bring it to a situation where it's not emotional, because that's important. So I see that a lot. So those are good attributes. Someone that's trustworthy, someone that has a high level of integrity, someone that understands business as well. And so I'm just talking about from a real estate business standpoint. You want someone that understands the real estate business and someone that understands business in general. For example, I've had coaches at different stages in my real estate career that have taught me different things. One coach I had was a productivity coach and really showed me how to be more productive, how to get more leads in real estate, how to convert those leads, and how to have accountability around that. And then as I progressed through my career and I was at a different level, I had a coach that helped me with my leadership attributes. So just somebody that has been where you're trying to go and just understanding that at different points in your career, your life, you're going to need different types of coaches and mentors for that matter. A mentor that you may have had when you first started out in real estate may not be the mentor that you need as you progress through your real estate career. So just knowing how to seek out those mentors and look for the right attributes and making sure somebody that you can relate to and that you can connect with, that's what's important.
That's so good. Going down memory lane a little, what was the first time you invested in a coach for a real estate business?
Yeah, that's a great question. So the first time I invested into a coach for my real estate business was probably, seemed like it's been so long now.
Yeah.
So I've been licensed in real estate for over 15 years. And so probably about 10 years ago, my first main coach was a productivity coach, like I said. I was trying to wrap my head around and really understand how to drum up additional business. Mm-hmm. And so this particular coach that I had was basically, he was the top RE/MAX real estate agent in the entire world at this particular point in time. So he was really big on production. He knew exactly how to get the phone ringing. He knew exactly what scripts to use. And so that was what I needed at the time. I needed a coach that could show me how to increase my production, how to increase my conversion rates, how to build confidence on the phone, build confidence in meeting with clients. And like I said, that was about 10 years ago, a little over 10 years ago, a productivity coach. And so it's funny because once I got in that program, it made me understand some of the other gaps that I needed to fill in my business and what other mentors and coaches that I needed. And so that's what made me graduate and get different coaches, pursue different mentors and so forth. So as you go through your real estate career, your needs will.
That's so good. Yeah, because the market, it changes. Like the market has changed from when you first got that coach to now to today. Yeah, that's interesting. What about, I guess, like, when should I get a coach? Like, how do I know I'm ready for a coach? At what point in your career would you recommend for somebody and stuff?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I believe that in real estate, you should get a coach if you've been in this business for a period of time, let's just say 2 years or more, and you've hit a ceiling as to what your production is. So if you going on year number 3 and your production or just your business is pretty much stagnant, you hit a brick wall and you want to figure out how you can go to the next level, at that point in time, I believe that you should invest in a coach. Because a coach can see something that you can't see. Like I thought what I was doing was good. It was good enough for me at the time, but then when I got what the coach pointed out, some of my blind spots, and once they pointed those out, I was able to look at it and get some accountability around it and just be aware of it. And that helped me go to the next level. So I would certainly say if your production is down a little bit, or your production is kind of stagnant, or if your production is just gradually going up, you hit a brick wall year after year, or you get into this funk sometimes, just can't really figure it out, it's always good to have a coach that can show you some additional things that you can do to take your business and your leadership skills to the next level.
Yeah. No, I love that. Yeah, when you hit that plateau and you keep plateauing, you're like, because that happens to everyone. You have to eventually, and I like how you mentioned earlier how top athletes they all have coaches still. They
all
all have trainers. They have trainers.
Yeah. The Michael Jordans of the world, the LeBrons of the world, all everybody, the most successful athletes, they all have someone, the coaching. We do have these God-given abilities, but sometimes it takes other people to take that, shape it and mold it and help you to take it to the next level.
Yeah, absolutely. So for shifting gears, like how do we find, so for the mentor, like how do we find a good mentor? How do we find someone to help us in that journey for real estate as a mentor?
Yeah, so as far as real estate, finding a real estate mentor, good thing about that is in real estate, there are a ton of real estate agents in every market. Here in Charlotte, we have about 17,000 agents right now. So there's no shortage of agents. So with the evolution of the internet as well, social media and all that, you can have access to a lot of different people. So it's probably easier to get access to someone that's right in your local market, although real estate is a competitive business. But if you have somebody that's been doing it for a while, it's not like you are a direct competitor of theirs. Like for me, where I am in my career, the younger generation coming up behind me, I don't see it as competition. I see it as collaboration. I see it as for an opportunity for me to give back to them because people gave to me as I was coming up. And so I would say probably easier to find someone locally because they understand your local market. They understand what you're going through. If you can't find someone locally, find someone online that you can connect with, someone that you can relate to, someone that you look up to, someone that has done what you're trying to accomplish. That's one great thing I love about the internet. You have access to so much information, and with that, you have more people that are willing to help. And so what I would caution people against is this, though. Sometimes on the internet, because this is running joke that everything on the internet is true. And so we know that's a joke right there. And so just be careful that if you do choose somebody from the internet that you may not know personally, just do a little bit more investigating to make sure they are the real deal, to make sure they are who they say they are, to make sure they've done what you want to do, right? Make sure they've been where you're trying to go. Because one thing I know with a mentor and a coach, with a mentor and a coach, you can go further faster, right? Because they've already made all the mistakes. They understand the pitfalls. They've seen a lot of things. And so if you just take that advice, and I know that everybody feel like their situation is different, but there's nothing new under the sun. You can glean information and advice from anybody that's been there before. It may be different times, but the situation is usually very similar. So I would say definitely when you have a mentor, a coach, just make sure they have been where you're trying to go. Make sure they understand what you're trying to accomplish. And that's the best way to connect with them. So someone locally, if you can get someone locally, or maybe a friend or somebody else, another agent, colleague, can recommend someone to you that may have helped them. So that's the great thing. You can ask people questions, say, hey, I noticed you had a coach. They might say, yeah, I had a coach, I had a mentor, whatever. This person might be great for you though. So everybody's personality and the way they like to work and the type of people that like to deal with may be a little different.
That's good. So for you, like at this point in your career, like how do you go about finding mentors or coaches?
Yeah, so for me, I basically know what I need at this point in time. And the good thing about it is the coaches that I have, the coaches that I had, they pretty much know what I need in my business. And it's kind of like a graduation type of deal, a graduate program. They can point me in that right direction. So that's the beautiful thing, that if you get connected with the right mentor, the right coaching program, and they see where you're progressing along, they can usually recommend another mentor or another coach to you. And so that's what's happened for me. So I've got access to different coaches and different mentors because my previous coaches and mentors, they saw something in me that let them know that it was time for me to go to the next level. And so it's just the evolution, and it's something that really it continues. I believe that you could basically have a coach forever. You're never too old to be coached. You can always learn something new. You can always have a mentor. And don't get me wrong, there's something to be learned from people that are younger than you as well. Some of my people that I consult with, they're younger than me. Like the younger people, they understand this social media better than me. And you're never too old to learn something new. And so I'm always just looking for that next opportunity to be coached, learn something new, to be mentored. I'm always open for that. So that's how it is. I just, with people that I deal with right now, they will refer me to someone else. And sometimes just having this type of dialogue here that I'm having with you, somebody will see this video and say, hey, I like what you were talking about. I think I could help you. You'd be surprised, how you meet different people. There's so many ways, but certainly what has worked for me is just being involved in that environment already, in the coaching program, in a mentorship. Those coaches and mentors, they're going to refer you to other people that can help take your career to the next level. And it's just a perpetual thing, right? I'll go to the next level and that particular coach is going to refer me to somebody else on that next level where I'm trying to go. So that's the beautiful thing about having a mentor and or having a coach.
Yeah. And it's interesting too, because when you are in a similar class or you're being mentored by the same person or coached by the same person, you have other like classmates and they're operating at a really high level too. And then you get to collaborate with them and it just like multiplies like the amount of, it's just like school, just same thing. When you're hanging out with the kids who are the people who are studying late at night.
Yeah, that's right.
They're like,
I'm glad you brought that up because as a matter of fact, just this past week, I was in Scottsdale, Arizona, and we had a mastermind session. And that mastermind session was about 800 of the top real estate agents in the entire country that came together to connect and mastermind and share some of the brightest ideas and the best practices. So you're right. So when you get involved with different organizations, coaching programs, mentorship, you have access to the best and the brightest. And so that's if you're within a good program. That's what I just experienced. So you're absolutely right about that. They say birds of a feather flock together.
Flock together, that's right.
That can be true.
Yeah. That's so cool. How and so for the mastermind experience, like how was that like for you?
Oh wow, it was life-changing because it's nothing like being in the same room with people, like-minded people that are passionate and on fire like you, that have the same thoughts about you that you do, that are risk takers like you, that have the go-get-it mentality, that really understands the mentality of abundance that God has for you, nobody can take from you. It's just something about having that energy in one room. It almost reminds me of when you hear a song on the radio, you like, oh man, this is a nice song. I like this song. You jamming in the car and all that good stuff. But if you go and see that same artist in person, the experience is just totally different. Like it's just totally different. And so that's how it was this past week, just being in the room full of other rock stars. You can't really duplicate that. You can't tell anybody about it. The excitement that I'm sharing to you right now, it's hard to really display how electric it really was. So I just love being in the midst of other rock stars and mastermind people that are trying to take their business to the next level.
Yeah, that's so good. Oh, super good. Cool, Sean. Thanks for that info. That I hope it inspires someone out there to level up in whatever capacity, whether that be a small step or a medium or a big step, however that looks for them. So
that's right.
Cool. All right.